Welcome to Overtime with Jared P. and Johnny O. We're very excited for this edition of Overtime. We have special guest Jeremy Phillips. We're a weekly guest now during the NFL season, which we love. And he is our title sponsor as well, Elite Performance Chiropractic. Jeremy, tell them about it.
Yes, owner of Elite Performance Chiropractic right here in Greensboro beside Village Tavern, right off Battleground and West Ridge Road. We just got done seeing patients. We saw a lot of athletes today, a lot of grandmas trying to keep up with grandkids and stuff like that, post-holiday stress and soreness and stuff like that. So we treat people of all ages, people of all qualities of life. We just try to improve everybody's quality of life by keeping them doing whatever they want to do. So
excellent.
Nice. Very nice. I'm going to have to do an off-air question for you, but man, I know you guys harassed me about my age. And of course, tonight or at 12:17 a.m. tomorrow morning is my birthday. So, you can wish me a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
My knees are killing me, Jeremy. I got friggin' arthritis in my knees and I've been in pain. And I think it's this cold friggin' weather.
Absolutely. A lot of stuff, the more I get into it and stuff and nutrition stuff, man, a lot of this time of year, your diet goes awry too. That plays a factor. You're maybe holding more water by eating a little bit more salty foods than normal. It plays a factor this time of the year. So
see that? I already got a pointer. Perfect.
There you go. A free pointer.
Free pointer. That's right. So you were born at 12:17 in the middle of the night?
I was born in Syracuse, New York at 12:17 a.m. on New Year's Day, and I was the first baby born that year, and my picture was in the paper. Me and my mom were on the news. I was it, man. I got free diapers, free formula, free all kinds of stuff because I was born as the New Year's baby. Yes.
Love that.
Your dad missed the tax write-off by 18 minutes.
He did. And he wasn't thinking about it then because him and my grandfather, they were half looped that night and was in labor.
That's hilarious. Well, happy birthday, Johnny. You're a good dude.
Appreciate it.
All right. So the NFL, we're at the week 18, the last week of the season. It's been a crazy season. I don't know if we say that every year. I think for a while it's kind of like maybe the Chiefs, maybe the Patriots, maybe, for years and years and years. But this year, I think anybody could win the Super Bowl. And that's what I want to ask you, Jeremy. Who do you think? What's a team that you think there's a good chance to win the Super Bowl?
I'll give you two. My AFC team that I could see is obviously Buffalo. And I guess that's kind of the fan favorite because bless Buffalo's hearts. We all witnessed them, go to 3 or 4 straight back in the day, lose all of them, last second field goals, right, left, all of that. So I can't help but to root for Buffalo. And I love Allen. He's a great quarterback. I mean, he's, and this Buffalo's just such a kind of a blue collar feel city. You just love what they got going on up there with the Bills Mafia and stuff like that. So out of the AFC, I love the Bills. NFC, my heart says Rams, but bless their hearts, against the other team I played for, the Falcons. The Falcons got the better of them the other night, and hats off to them because they didn't even have nothing to play for.
Right.
They had nothing to play for. They're planning, Cancun getaways this time next week and stuff like that. So, they beat the Rams, which I'm sure we'll get to a little bit further. But I like the Rams. I just think when they get Devontae Adams back and they get in the playoff scenario and stuff like that, I like the Rams coming out of the NFC. I do have a Cinderella now that I've kind of dissected them more and watched them more. I like Chicago, what they're doing. That's kind of, they're flying under the radar there. They got a home playoff game with winning that NFC North Division. So that's kind of my Cinderella. Like, I'm going to tune in and see what they can do because they can make a run in the playoffs.
That can be interesting for sure.
Yes.
What about you, Johnny?
Listen, I got a real quick question for you guys, and I'm being serious now. Try to listen to the entire question. It's about the Eagles, and you know how I am with the Eagles. But I really think this is a good question. Are the Eagles that good that they can play so bad all year long and still be possibly favored to go to the Super Bowl this year? I mean, are they that good that they can play this bad in the NFL and still win 11 games and still be right in the thick of things? What do you guys think?
I mean, I think with that, yeah, go ahead, Jeremy.
I think at any level, it's hard just to cut it off. I mean, last year you guys were the epitome of just ramping up. And of course, you guys peaked at the Super Bowl. And as Patrick Mahomes and everybody else will testify, I'm sure, you guys were amazing during the Super Bowl. It was the best game you guys played all season. And it was happened to be Super Bowl. You ramped up towards the end. This year, you kind of been doing this number, so it's hard for me to believe that they could just, rocket ship through the playoffs like that.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a lot of things this season that doesn't make sense. So is it a possibility? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Based on the way everything else about this season's went,
Crazy. What do you think, Jared?
Well, I think I think the seeding could be what we saw last year. An NFC, not championship game, but one of the rounds. I guess the one before that, Rams are going to be at the Eagles possibly, and the Eagles as a 3 seed. And if the weather's bad and how Stafford's been playing the last 2 games, this guy's had like the best season he's ever had until the last couple of games. I would actually favor the Eagles in that game at home with the playoff experience. That team if the weather's bad. Yeah, I think the Eagles, they've had some injuries, offensive line's not the same, but they're basically the same team they were last year. They just haven't figured it out. And then so they figure it out? They could. And I would not I would not want to play the Eagles.
As a fan, it's been driving me nuts. But anyway, well, what you were just talking about, I'm thinking it's going to end up being the Eagles and the Rams in the first game, in Philadelphia. And those are my 2 picks that I think will make it to the Super Bowl from the NFC. I think either Philadelphia, for whatever reason, I guess it's my heart as well, but I mean, they have a chance. The Eagles or the Rams, the winner of that first game, that wild card game, I think will go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC, because I just don't see – there's something about San Francisco that is playing so good right now, but I something's going to happen weird there. And Seattle and Sam Darnold is just I can't see him in the Super Bowl. So I guess that's why I'm picking those 2. And on the other side, it's the same thing. I think New England is going to be playing Buffalo in the first game of the playoffs, which is going to be, if it ends, just like it does. That will be very interesting. Now, Buffalo will have to go to New England, but Buffalo knows New England. Obviously they beat them a couple weeks ago. That is my pick for the Super Bowl winner or Super Bowl team to go from the AFC. It's either going to be the winner of that game, New England or Buffalo. I just got a weird feeling that it's still Buffalo's year, and I think they're going to do it. I believe New England deserves it. If they beat Buffalo, they could very well make it to the Super Bowl, but I don't see them winning the Super Bowl.
All right, and then my NFC is the 49ers. The 49ers, I mean, they've been slept on all year. They have the experience. Shanahan's been there twice and as a head coach and offensive coordinator another time. And they got the running game. They said McCaffrey, they said that his whole last 3 years, he's like questionable, but they said he'll play in this next week. They have home field advantage. I like the 49ers. They just don't make mistakes, and they can beat you in so many different ways, and they've done it all year, and they haven't had pressure. No one's talking about them. I like them. And then in the AFC to me is really tough because I don't believe in the Patriots because they've had the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. But they have taken care of business, and you don't win 14 games, which is likely going to be the case, 14 games in the NFL, being a bad team. I like Drake May a lot. I do think that team lacks experience big time. There's obviously no playoff experience with Drake May. So with that being said, man, I'm telling you that I hate to say it because I really all years kind of dogged them, but I think with the experience of their head coach and their defense, I think the Broncos have a good chance of making the Super Bowl. And if Bo Nix can play mistake-free football, and with that experience as a head coach, I really think that. Now, my dark horse team, since Jeremy had one, the dark horse team, if they make the playoffs, is the Baltimore Ravens. If Lamar Jackson's healthy, Derrick Henry's on fire, you can run the ball, control the ball, that team would be scary. That's a dark horse team that I could – if they made it to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. No, I would probably jump on board with you on that if Lamar
is healthy.
If he gets healthy, I mean, because Derrick, like you said, Derrick Henry is on fire right now. So, a running game and Lamar would really, put them over the top. But we shall see in our next segment. We're going to talk about those two games coming up this weekend. Well, why don't we go? Let me before we go to that segment, let me go over a couple of our advertisers. Estate Jewelry and Loan, something old, something new. Estate Jewelry has a great selection of new and estate jewelry, and you can really find a nice, unique piece for any occasion at Brian's showroom. You can find him over at 2511 Battleground Ave and also at estatejewelryloan.com. Then we got Salsarita's Fresh Mexican Grill, located in High Point at the Palladium and in Greensboro in the Target Shopping Center and on New Garden Road. He's got a food truck, catering, daily specials, and you can find their menu on salsaritas.com.
Excellent. All right, so the big games this weekend. It's nice when you have week 18 and you got two divisions that are up for grabs. Let's start with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Johnny, what do you think?
I don't think Lamar's is ready to go. So I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this one somehow, some way, even though they looked really bad the other day. But I think the Steelers end up winning that division. Again, it would be an unbelievable story if Baltimore wins and then they go into the playoffs healthy, but I don't see that happening. So I'm going to go with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers makes the playoffs, but they're not going to go very far. Certainly won't be a Cinderella. I think they'll have a very difficult time in the playoffs.
What do you think, Jeremy?
I'm with Johnny O. I think Pittsburgh comes out of this game. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be in my opinion, it's going to be a slow, boring game. I think Aaron Rodgers. There's no better time manager in football right now than Aaron Rodgers, if ever. I mean, he's just that good. That's how he gets so many illegal substitution calls and stuff like that, because he knows how to get his players up to the line of scrimmage, how to get lined up before they do and get the ball off. But I think he also knows particularly if Lamar is not playing. What are their strengths right now? And that is Derrick Henry, and let's keep him on the sideline. That's how you beat him. And so I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be doing a lot of short, quick passes. They're going to be very dependent on both of their running backs, Gainwell and Warren. And it's going to be a slow, methodical, keep Derrick Henry on the sideline game. That's how I think Pittsburgh wins this football game. Without DK Metcalf.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Without DK Metcalf, they don't have a wide receiver, so it's going to be very slow, methodical, using your running game, eating away the clock, keeping Derrick Henry on the sideline.
Well, we know both these coaches will be prepared going to this game. Pittsburgh is at home, although the odds the probability they have the Ravens 63% to 37% winning as of right now. So Vegas knows something. I didn't see the spread. It's probably like 2.5, 3. But that's why I picked the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson's healthy, I don't like to have caveats, but like if he starts, then I think the Ravens are going to win. I think the DK Metcalf thing is a problem. Who they throw into Scadling or whatever? I mean, they have a great tight end. but I agree with you with Aaron Rodgers. He can be a game manager if he needs to be. He kind of has been a lot of this season. The defense just hasn't really turned the corner. Although they have the pieces, they have the players. They could turn in an all-time great game. But if Lamar Jackson plays, Harbaugh will have them ready. Tomlin will have them ready. I agree. It will probably be kind of a slow, low-scoring game, grinded out, old-school game. But I have the Ravens moving on.
Typical AFC North game. Defense. You know, that's what I envision this game would be.
Yeah.
And then the Ravens will have a home game, you know, in the playoffs. So, or whoever wins will have a home game. So you never know.
True. Yeah,
you never know.
Crazy season. So, and what about the Panthers and the Bucks? You know, go ahead, Jeremy. Talk to us about the Panthers and the Bucks.
If they hand it to Dowdle 35 times, they're going to win. Like, it drives me crazy, dude.
Same.
Like, I understand they paid Hubbard. I understand, but oh my God, dude! Like, and somehow they don't even have to win this game, right? If Atlanta beats New Orleans,
because what Atlanta did,
this would be typical Carolina Panthers getting into the playoffs. I mean, my gosh! But like, they've got problems. I'll say it publicly. I am not a Bryce Young fan. I mean, like, he kind of laughs and plays this young kid role, and it's like, dude, you're in your third year. You were a number one pick. Like, you should be hitting these throws. You should be stretching the field. But again, I'm not discounting some of it could be play calling. Like, why are they not stretching the field? You made it through an NFL game with 54 passing yards, 16 of them in the first half. Like, how are you not stretching the field?
No.
Like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand if it's a Bryce thing. I mean, because I would like to, you know, he was a number one pick for a reason. So I would like to give faith in the player personnel of the NFL as well as the Panthers for picking him first 3 years ago. But I mean, this is crazy. It's time to put up or shut up, Bryce Young, because you're in your third year now.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And, you know, they haven't exercised the fifth-year option yet. I mean, I don't know when they do that, but I thought it was typically around now. So I think Carolina management's in a wait-and-see approach with him. You know, I think if he gets in the playoffs and maybe they squeak off a playoff win or something like that, maybe they kind of got to go with him. But I think behind closed doors in the Panthers management, I really and truly think that they're not totally sold on him either.
Yeah, they can't.
Right. And they have him for cheap now, right? So they go out and get a free agent quarterback, even middle of the road, $20 million, you know, 15 to 20 at least, if not more. And why I get a middle of the road guy. But
you know me, like Joe Burrow's unhappy in Cincinnati. I'm like, let's go get him.
oh yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah,
pay him $60 million a year, man. I would take him all day long.
Exactly.
If he can stay healthy, though, that's a problem too. But for me, I don't trust the Panthers at all, man. I want the Panthers because we live in North Carolina. I'm not a Panthers fan, a Commanders fan, but I want them to make it. I just don't trust them at all. I think Tampa Bay, Evans is back. This team was 6-2. I know that's was. Well, then they've been like 1-7 since.
Yep.
I think now I'm not talking about who makes the playoffs. I'm talking about who's going to win this game. It's in Tampa Bay, correct? So home field advantage. Baker Mayfield is a dog. Talk about a guy a former number one pick that took some time to prove his worth. And with Mike Evans back against the wall, I'm going to take it. Baker Mayfield or Bryce Young, I'm taking Baker Mayfield all day. I think Tampa Bay wins. I don't even think it's going to be close, to be honest.
I got you, but the only problem with that, I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan as well, but I think he's got some hidden injuries going on. They've been whispering that, and it certainly looks like that's what's going on. I'm with you, Jeremy, on Bryce Young. You know, the first 2 years I was so disappointed and just saying, are you kidding me? This is a number one pick. He has shown some, you know, he's growing up a little bit this year. But both teams just don't even deserve to be in this talk right now for playoffs. And like you said, Jared, they're going to get a home field game. It's crazy. But I'm going to stick with the Panthers. I think they're going to end up winning this game. The Buccaneers have been on a complete downslide here. And Baker is definitely, something's going on with his shoulder or something, because he's not throwing like he was. So I'm going to, hopefully they throw for about 160, 170 yards. But the key is, like I text you guys on Sunday when they were playing. Again, Jeremy, you're right. Give Rico 25 to 30 touches if you want to win this ball game. My God.
He would be getting every handoff and every screen pass in my playbook. Like,
they have to.
If my coaching career was on wins and losses and getting into the playoffs, Rico Dowdle is going to be, in my opinion, the only running back touching the football in a Carolina Panthers uniform this year. I mean, no knock against Chuba Hubbard, but I mean, I'm telling you, like this split time stuff, everybody's talking about it. You go on any Carolina Panthers message board, Facebook page, whatever, everybody's talking about it. It's like, why? What are they doing? Like, I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, I know you paid Chuba Hubbard in the offseason, but you've got to play Rico Dowdle.
You got to ride the hot hand, man.
He has got to be the bell cow for you this week. And I think he wants to be. Every press conference, I mean, he's done a good job by not showing his frustration, but if it's making it on every Carolina Panthers message board, Facebook page, everything, it's like the pink elephant in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
And, and Rico Dowdle, bless his heart, every interview I've saw with him, he's never alluded to any type of frustration or anything. But it's got to be. It's got to be frustrating for him.
The only way they win. That's the only way they win that football game this week.
And you were talking about injuries with Baker, and I do. And believe me, NFL season's a grind. Everybody's got something going on as far as being banged up, little injury here and there, whatever. I do think something's going on with Baker Mayfield. And you had mentioned that they were 6-2 at one point. My whole thing is, back when they were 6-2, Egbuka was in the running for Rookie of the Year. And talk about a season that's went downhill for him. Like, I'm starting to think maybe he's got a little something going on too. Like he's not even in the conversations for Rookie of the Year right now. And he was the when they were 6-2, basically halfway through the season, he was the number one guy everybody was talking about for.
Yeah.
What's kind of crazy is there can be an argument made that the two teams that are going to, one of these teams is going to win the NFC South, the Panthers or the Bucks, are the third and fourth best team currently. Right now, the Falcons and the Saints are playing better than both of them, which is crazy to me. The Saints, I don't even know who their quarterback was the other day. Had like 350 yards. I mean, they're like up and down the field. It's the NFC South is always this way. They always get in at like 500. I mean, there's exceptions, and it's a bizarre. I mean, they're all going to end up right at 500, which is kind of 500.
Well, like Jeremy said, if the Panthers lose, they still have a chance of winning the division, and it would be three teams 8 and 9 in that division, and they would get the tiebreaker, I guess.
Now, what I haven't even looked at this with this scenario, but what time does Atlanta and New Orleans play?
Oh, I don't know.
I hope it's not before. I hope it's not decided.
The NFL they should definitely flex that if so. Like Panthers should be at 1, let them play at 4. Just in case. The NFL's smart enough. And then I know the Ravens and Pittsburgh Sunday night game. So that's, they're getting as much juice out of that, which is smart. All right. Do we have more sponsors or anything real quick? Or
Yep. Before the next segment, we got 4 Real 24, Real Golf indoors anytime. Greensboro's premier 24/7 indoor golf facility offering iconic golf courses and state-of-the-art equipment. It's a great place. Please go over and see Clay Jordan, the owner. He's located over on Horsepen Creek Road in Battleground. It's just unbelievable simulators he's got over there. High tech, the whole 9 yards. Please tell him that we sent you over there. We got California Burritos Express and Bar offering a full bar with margaritas, draft beer, and serving very generous portions of Mexican food in a spacious, casual setting. He's got all kinds of TVs over there. He's got all kinds of neat burrito items and pizza items, ACP and tacos. They're located over on Spring Garden Street. Go see Marco and tell him that we sent you. And then Jimmy Snow, he just likes to be mentioned on the show. That's all he wants. It's the holidays. I told him I would do this. Imperial Marketing Solutions. He sells IT hardware and laptops for $395. They're like brand new. And he also wanted me to say, make sure you tell the world, because we got what do we got about it? 400 million listeners on this show.
Yeah,
That he's picking Alabama to win the whole darn thing, man.
Oh wow, getting his little college football in there. All right, he's a good dude. All right, so let's we'll wrap up this episode. We've been very efficient today, which has been nice. The best sports moment to you of 2025. I'll go first on this one, and mine is a personal one. Taking my son to see the Chiefs in Arrowhead, and he's a huge fan. Before the wheels fell off for the Chiefs, before people started getting hurt, but like that was the most special sports moment. I know that might be cheating a little bit. It's not a big sports game, but it was Monday Night Football in Arrowhead with my son, who's a huge Chiefs fan, and they play the Commanders. I'm a huge Commanders fan, and I didn't even care about that. It was the whole experience. But Arrowhead, and I know they're getting a new stadium in 2031. But that's a special place to watch a football game, and to do it with my son. That was the best. There's no other thing that's even close for me.
That's great stuff. And we knew the Chiefs would be mentioned in this podcast.
It's in my contract.
But I was going to mention them as well because Super Bowl was my big favorite sporting event when the Philadelphia Eagles completely crushed that dynasty of the Kansas City Chiefs.
They did.
The dominating performance last year was just so fun to watch. But one other one real quick. I mean, that one was just special. It really was. But as far as a sports type thing that happened, the Shohei Ohtani 3-home run, 6-inning shutout ball in the playoffs is just unheard of, and he just treats Major League Baseball like it's Little League, and that was the most spectacular thing I've ever seen. Really, it may be tops in my lifetime. So that was one hell of an event that we got to witness in 2025. Shohei Ohtani.
That's a great one. What about you, Jeremy?
I guess on a personal note, sports stuff. I mean, the Super Bowl was great last year. Chiefs lost. That was awesome. But both of my boys, I got two boys, Gray and Finn, and they're 5 and 7. And so Finn played football last year, a little flag level football. We live in Oak Ridge, so with Oak Ridge Youth Association. But this is the first year both of them played. So my 5-year-old Gray and Finn played. So that was cool dad sports moment for me. I guess kind of memorable moment for two reasons. We went, me and a buddy of mine who go to several different games every year. Been doing it since 2011, I think. So we've been to a lot of different games. But we went to Dublin, saw the first ever NFL game in Dublin, Pittsburgh, Minnesota. So that was a cool kind of chance of a lifetime type thing. And what made it so special was, as much as I've traveled and stuff, I've been married 10 years. It was the first time my wife's ever been to Europe. So It was just cool, walking around seeing not only the NFL stuff, because when the NFL goes to these cities, man, they kind of take over. It's really cool. They have NFL different shops and things around Dublin and stuff like that. So it's all about the NFL throughout the whole city that weekend. So it was cool walking the city, seeing the sites, the historic sites of Dublin, but also having kind of football incorporated through that, and it being my wife's first time in Europe. So it was really neat. So two for me. But I guess the heart of hearts, though, is both of my boys not only playing football, but loving football this year. So that I'm looking forward to what that transitions into.
That's awesome, Jeremy. And continue to enjoy that, man. Because I went through all that, and that's the best time, man. And yeah. I know Jared's going through it right now. That's good stuff, man. When you start seeing them, have interest that you had, and they're out there doing the things you did as a kid. It's freaking awesome. But I will say, you probably you were in Dublin more for the beer, and you just admit it, will you please?
Yeah, the beer was good. The beer was good, and the music. That's what I love. I love live music. Like, I love going to Vegas and Nashville and stuff here in the States or whatever. And Dublin, by far, as many places I've been in Europe, Dublin's live music scene was just really, really cool. Really,
Wow.
really cool.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Hey,
Well,
I got one more quick segment before we go, and I think we should maybe mention this. We got the college football playoff tonight and tomorrow, and how about just some picks real quick? And I'll mention the game, and you guys tell me your picks. How about tonight? You got Miami and Ohio State. Who do you like?
Ohio State. This will be a speed round. Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smart money's on Ohio State, but I'm gonna tell you what, Miami's got some athletes. If they decide to play ball, man, they can beat anybody. They just went to Texas A&M and won.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And supposedly they backdoored their way into the playoffs. So I mean, that'd be like the Panthers. Atlanta beating New Orleans, and then the Panthers win their first round game of the playoffs. It's kind of crazy, but Miami. Just the athletes, the tradition they've had over the years, man. If they decide to play football, man, what a story that would be. If they go into Texas A&M and win, and then go into they're not playing at Ohio State, but
right.
They pull off a win. I think that's the Cotton Bowl, right? So
I think so.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But the smart money, of course, is on Ohio State. They just got so much talent.
I'm going smart money, and Jared, I'm going Ohio State on that one.
Sure.
Oregon and Texas Tech. I'll tell you mine. I'm going Texas Tech on this one.
Me too.
Yeah, Me too. They have been under the radar, and I think that's where they want it. And cool story, man. Their tight end's from here. He's from Greensboro.
Oh,
John
nice.
Carlos Miller Jr. Yes. Parents are awesome.
Where did he go to high school?
He went to Dudley and then went to Elon.
Nice.
And hit the transfer portal. And went to Texas Tech. And what was great, his dad doesn't mind. His dad's a patient. Really cool guy. Been a patient of mine for years. And he's with Guilford County Schools. Awesome, man. He played football at A&T here locally. But he said they were moving him in at Texas Tech. His dad was like, I drove this U-Haul all the way to Lubbock, Texas. And they're getting him in his apartment and everything. And his son's phone rings, and it's Florida, saying, "We'll pay all your moving expenses.
Oh my God!
Move away from Lubbock, Texas. We'll pay for everything. We'll up your deal or whatever." His dad was like, "I done drove him to Lubbock, Texas, in like June. Done unloaded the car and unloaded his thing in U-Haul, and he looks at me and goes, 'Hey man, this is Florida calling saying that.'" And his dad looked at him and said, "You better call your coaches with Texas Tech." So anyway, he calls his coaches Texas Tech. They up his deal, make it right, keep him at Texas Tech. But look, me and his dad were talking now, like, what a train wreck he avoided.
Oh, it was a
I mean,
disaster.
he was been in all this coaching firing and everything with Florida, the big fallout and everything. And now he's sitting in the playoffs there at Texas Tech. What a dream story, man. Dream story.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Alabama, Indiana.
Indiana.
Indiana? Who you got, Jeremy?
I think I'm going Alabama, man.
I'm going Indiana.
I love Signetti. Like, I love confidence. Like, I was the biggest cocky butthole ever when I played. And so I love Signetti like that. I love his comments, Google me and all this stuff. But I tell you what, I think Alabama's been there before, and I think I'm taking Alabama.
It's Indiana's year this year. I'm going all Hoosier.
You're taking Indiana in the field right now. You would take Indiana to win it right now.
I'm taking them to win it. I think they got. Okay. I think they got enough. I mean, they really, really do. I'm hoping anyway. Ole Miss and Georgia.
I'm going Georgia too. And
I just want Ole Miss to win. I mean, I want them to win. That would be another great story if they win the whole damn thing. And Lane Kiffin has got his finger in his what out there down in LSU.
I know. I just think it's a lot of turmoil that's happened to these kids. Hats off to those kids. Great first round win and all that stuff. But, I think it catches up with them here. As much as I love Ole Miss, as much as I'm a big believer in Ole Miss could be as big as a name as any of them. And
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Lane Kiffin didn't see it apparently, so he went to LSU. So.
All right, quick question, a one team answer, and then we're gonna end this recording. Who wins the national championship?
Go ahead, Jared.
Dark horse, Texas Tech.
Jeremy?
I'm saying Texas Tech too. I like them.
Really?
I've been watching them under the radar this year, and nobody's talking about them. And I think they'll be talking about them in 2 days from now.
All right.
So I think, Oregon's they're a 4.5-point favorite, I think. I mean,
They probably are.
And dude, you look at the stats. Like I look at Yahoo Sports. I got the Yahoo Sports app. They break down the stats. It's like, how was Oregon favored?
Yeah.
Like, most proficient offense stuff. Texas Tech is ranked way higher than them in every category, but yet Oregon's favored.
And
I don't think that's going to be a game. I honestly don't think it's going to be a game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my Indiana pick, and give me that kid's name again for Texas Tech, because now you got me. I can't wait to watch this kid.
His last name's Miller, and I think he's a junior. So it's
Okay.
John Carlos Miller. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So check him
Gentlemen.
out. He transferred there from Elon locally. He was a Dudley kid, transferred from Elon. Been playing all year. So
Great
That's awesome.
stuff.
Mhm.
Hey, you guys have an unbelievable new year. Try to behave yourself tonight, but 2026 is awaiting us. It'll be a good year. Have a good one, guys.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Johnny. Happy New Year.
Happy birthday. Happy New Year, guys.
You got it.
We're not talking overtime pay. We're talking the overtime play. The big stories, the big plays, the big drama.